You've been told to work hard your whole life, but what if that's the very reason you feel stuck? This story reveals 30 powerful rules like, don't be the best, be the only, designed to stop you from wasting another second of your precious time. If you're ready to master your future and build a life you'll be proud of, make sure you subscribe and turn on all notifications so you never miss the powerful stories we share. I know that sounds harsh. I know it's a difficult thing to hear. This is not going to be a soft, easy video. This is not a simple feel-good motivation video. This is a wake-up call. A gentle one, but a firm one. A wake-up call for you, for your precious time, and for the wonderful future that is waiting for you. Let me ask you a question. How many of your dreams have you delayed? How many times have you told yourself, I will start tomorrow? Think about it. How many years have passed? Really passed? While you felt stuck in the same place, in the same cycle. Scrolling on your phone, waiting for the perfect moment, wishing things were different. Comparing your life to others, and then regretting. You keep telling yourself that you will change one day. But what if I told you that one day is never going to arrive on its own? It's because you have no time. Not the kind of endless time you think you have. The truth is, time doesn't disappear all at once in a big moment. It leaks. It drips away quietly, like water from a leaky faucet. 10 minutes here on your phone. 30 minutes there overthinking a small problem. A whole day spent doing nothing important. And slowly, so slowly, you don't even see it, your future is being stolen. Piece by piece. You don't wake up one morning and find that you have lost your life. You lose it a little bit every single day. You lose it in the comfort of doing nothing. You lose it in distractions. You lose it in fear. And then one day you will open your eyes and you will realize that you are not so young anymore. You are not as free as you were. You are not standing in the place you always wanted to be. And the hardest part, the most painful part, is that there is no one else to blame. No one will be responsible but you. So today, I am not here just to motivate you. I am here to share the truth with you. The truth that most people try to avoid until it is far too late. You have no time to waste, no time for fear, no time for excuses, no time for living a life that you don't even like. So in this video, I am going to give you 30 powerful rules. These are not tips. These are not hacks. They are rules. Rules that you must follow before your time runs out. Each one is something I wish someone had told me when I was younger. Each one is designed to build your mind, your character, your future, and your freedom. And if you stay with me until the very end, I promise you, you will not be the same person you are right now. You will walk away with a fire in your heart and a clear, peaceful mind. This video is also perfect for your English. I will use simple words, real-life examples, and powerful life lessons that you will never forget. Let's begin. Life Rule 1: Work smart, not just hard. Most people in the world are busy. They are always running, always doing something. But being busy is not the same thing as being productive. You can work for 10 hours every single day and still stay broke. You can run in circles for your entire life and go nowhere. This happens if you don't learn to work smart. Working smart means knowing what actions will actually move you forward. It means focusing on the results, not just the effort. It means building systems that work for you, not just following routines. Imagine there were 2 woodcutters in a big forest. The first woodcutter was very strong. He started chopping a tree, and he did not stop. He worked for hours and hours, sweat dripping from his face. The second woodcutter was not as strong, but every hour he would stop for a few minutes. He would sit down, drink some water, and sharpen his axe. He would make the blade sharp and clean. At the end of the day, which man do you think had cut more trees? It was the second man. He cut more trees with less effort. Hard work is so powerful. But smart work is what separates pure effort from real progress. So follow this rule. Stop just working harder and harder. Learn to work with direction. Learn to work with intention. Learn to work with purpose. Life Rule 2. Bet on your willpower. Your body can be tired. Your schedule can be completely full. Your heart can even be broken. But if your willpower is strong, you will still move forward. Most people give up on their dreams not because they are weak, but because they never trained their mind to fight back when things get hard. Willpower means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It means showing up for yourself when no one else is watching you. It means finishing what you started even when everyone else quits. For example, there was a young student who failed his first important exam. He was so disappointed. His friends laughed at him. His teacher told him he probably wouldn't make it. But every single night while the other students were sleeping or having fun, he studied. He sat at his desk with his books, and he worked. He didn't rely on talent. He relied on his will. He just refused to quit. And 2 years later, he was the top student in his entire field. Follow this rule. Bet on your willpower. Because in the end, when life gets difficult, that is the one thing that will carry you through every storm. Life Rule 3. Become a producer, not a consumer. There are two kinds of people in this world. There are the people who create things, and there are the people who scroll through what others have created. Most people spend their lives consuming. They are watching, liking, judging, and reacting to things. But the people who actually build something, a brand, a business, a skill, a beautiful story, those are the people who shape the world and their own future. Consuming content feels easy. It's relaxing. Creating something feels hard. It takes effort. But one only gives you a temporary distraction, while the other gives you real power. There was a boy who loved watching videos online. He would watch motivational videos every single day. He felt inspired for a few minutes, but he never actually did anything. His life didn't change. One day, he challenged himself. He made a new rule. He said, "Instead of watching for 1 hour, I will create for 1 hour." He started a small blog. Then he started a podcast. And then he started a business. That one small decision to create instead of just consume changed his entire life forever. Follow this rule. Stop only watching other people live their dreams. Start creating your own. Life Rule 4. Never talk behind someone's back. This is one of the most dangerous things a person can do. And yet it happens every single day in every corner of the world. Talking behind someone's back seems like a small thing. It might feel harmless, just a little bit of gossip. But here is the truth. Every time you speak negatively about someone who is not present in the room, you are damaging your own character, not theirs. You see, weak people talk about other people. Strong people talk about ideas. When you talk behind someone's back, what you are really saying to the world is, "I do not have the courage to face this person directly, so I will speak about them when they cannot hear me." It might make you feel powerful for a moment, but in the long run, it builds a reputation that destroys all trust. For example, there was a girl in college. She was always very kind in front of people. She was always smiling and saying nice things. But behind closed doors, she talked badly about everyone. She talked about her friends, her classmates, and even her own family. One day, someone recorded her conversation without her knowing. That video was shared in a group chat. Within 24 hours, everyone had seen the truth. She lost all of her friends. The trust was broken. It was like a glass that had shattered on the floor. She wasn't known as the smart girl anymore. She was known as the one you cannot trust. Your words are like seeds. If you plant seeds of negativity, that is what will grow all around you. Follow this rule. If you have something to say, find the courage to say it to their face. And if you cannot say it to them directly, then it is better to not say it at all. This is not just about being kind. It's about discipline, respect, and building a character that people can trust even when you are not in the room. Life Rule 5. Make more mistakes. Fail forward. Most people are terrified of making mistakes. They think, if I fail, people will laugh at me. I will be judged. I will look stupid. And so, because of this fear, they don't even try. They wait. They overthink. They play it safe, staying in their comfort zone. But here is the real truth. You only grow when you fall. You only rise when you have hit the ground. You only become stronger when you break, and then rebuild yourself. Mistakes are not the enemy. They are the path. Every successful person you admire today, every millionaire, every famous athlete, every great leader, became great not because they avoided mistakes, but because they made more of them. For example, there was a man who tried to start a business. He failed. He lost all his savings and felt completely humiliated. His friends told him, "Just give up. Get a real safe job." But he didn't quit. He started again. He failed again. But every single time he failed, he learned something new and important. Each failure was not an end. It was a lesson. On his 5th try, he finally built a company that now employs over 300 people. Do you see the difference? The average person fails once and then never tries again. The powerful person fails 10 times and still rises stronger than before. Follow this rule. Make mistakes, but learn from them. Don't repeat the same ones. Fail forward, not backward. Take every failure and use it as fuel for your journey. Because the only real mistake in life is never starting at all. Life Rule 6. Focus on one thing at a time. In today's world, people wear being busy like it is a badge of honor. They try to multitask all day long. They scroll through Instagram while they are trying to study. They text their friends while they are trying to work. They start 5 different projects and then finish none of them. They feel very productive, but they are not actually making any progress. Here is the truth. Multitasking kills depth. And depth is where real success lives. When you focus on 10 things at once, you master none of them. But when you focus on one thing with your full, complete attention, you become dangerous. You move faster. You learn deeper. You build a real, valuable skill. There was a student who was preparing for his final exams. His friend was also preparing. But this friend was also trying to make social media videos, reply to hundreds of messages, and run a small side business. The focused student studied one subject deeply every single day. His desk was clean. Just one book, one pen. The distracted student studied 5 different things at once, but he never finished anything completely. His mind was always scattered. When the results came, the focused student was at the top of the class. The multitasker had failed. It's not because one was smarter than the other. It was because one gave his mind completely to one single goal. That is true power. Follow this rule. Choose your one thing and give it everything you have. Turn off all the distractions. Train your mind to be like a laser, not a flashlight. And then just watch how fast you move forward compared to all those who are still busy doing nothing. Life Rule 7. Don't be the best. Be the only. This is one of the most powerful mindset shifts you will ever make in your life. Everyone wants to be the best. the best student, the best speaker, the best worker. But here is a surprising truth. The world doesn't always reward the best. It rewards the one who is different, the one who brings something unique to the table, the one who becomes unforgettable. Trying to be better than other people keeps you chasing them. You are always looking at what they are doing. But trying to be different allows you to build a path that only you can walk. Imagine there were hundreds of singers all trying to become famous. All of them were talented. All of them were hardworking. They all sounded very similar. But one man came and changed the game completely. He didn't try to sound like the other singers. He mixed opera music with rap music. He dressed in a way that no one else did. He performed in a way that was strange and new. And suddenly, he went viral. Why? It wasn't because he was the best singer in the traditional sense. It was because he was the only one doing what he was doing. He was unique. Follow this rule. Stop trying to copy others. Stop comparing yourself. Find your own voice. Don't ask yourself, how can I beat them? Instead, ask, how can I build something that they can't even copy? You have something inside of you that the world has never seen before. But you will never discover it if you keep trying to become someone else. Life Rule 8. If you don't like something, change it. Most people live with things they truly hate. A job they dislike going to every morning. A body they are not proud of. A negative mindset that makes them feel anxious all the time. A daily routine that keeps them feeling tired and uninspired. But they continue living the same way every single day. Why? Because change feels uncomfortable. Because complaining about the problem feels easier than solving it. But here is the truth: you do not have to keep living the same day over and over again. You are not a tree. You are not stuck in the ground. If you don't like something in your life, you must find the courage to change it. Yes, change is hard. Yes, change takes time and effort. But living every day with misery, regret, and a feeling of helplessness is so much harder. Think about a factory that runs big machines 24 hours a day. One day, a machine started producing broken parts. Every hour, another broken part came out. Instead of stopping to fix the machine, the workers just threw the broken parts away and kept the machine running. Every day, they lost more money. Every week, the problem grew bigger. One day, the entire machine stopped working completely. And fixing it then cost them so much more than it should have. Our lives are a lot like that machine, you know. If something in your life is broken, ignoring it will not fix it. Complaining about it will not fix it. You have to fix it by taking control. Whether it's your habits, your relationships, your mindset, or your future. If it hurts you, you must change it. Follow this rule. Stop settling for less than you deserve. If it drains your energy, change it. If it slows you down, change it. If it kills your peace, change it. Time is running out, and you only get one life. Don't waste it living a version of yourself that you don't even like. Life Rule 9. Never disrespect your elders. Respect is not something you should give only when someone is perfect. Respect is a reflection of your own character, not their behavior. In today's world, many young people think that being loud is a sign of power. They talk over their parents. They sometimes mock old people for being slow. They ignore the advice that comes from experience. But here is the truth. One day, you will be old too. One day, your energy will slow down. One day, you will need someone to listen to you, to guide you, or to simply understand you. And when that day comes, the way you treated the elders in your own life will return to you. Respect is not about agreement. You don't have to agree with everything your elders say, but you should never, ever forget their experience. They have lived through things we can only imagine: wars, poverty, trauma, survival, and incredible sacrifice. And most of the time, they went through all of that so that you could live a better, easier life. For example, in Japan, there is a beautiful tradition where young people bow to their elders when they walk past them. They do this even if they don't know them, even if they have never spoken. Why? Because they believe that every older person carries the weight of years of mistakes, wisdom, effort, and pain. In that culture, respecting someone older is not just about manners. It is a sign of strength. It shows humility. It shows that you understand the power of legacy. Follow this rule. Think about the hands that held you when you were small. Never raise your voice at those who raised you. Never speak over those who spoke for you when you were voiceless, because one day you will wish they were still here just to listen to them one more time. Life Rule 10. Live in the moment, not on your phone. This might be one of the most dangerous habits of our generation. We walk through life, but we are not really here. Your body is in the room, but your mind is lost somewhere inside a screen. You are sitting at dinner with your family, but you are scrolling through social media. You are watching a beautiful sunset, but only through your phone's camera. You are with the people you love, but you are checking notifications. You are alive, but you are not truly living. And here is the brutal, honest truth. When you are older, you will not remember the likes you got. You will not remember the memes you saw. You will not remember the comments from strangers. But you will remember the smile on your mother's face. You will remember the sound of your brother's laughter. You will remember the long, quiet walks you took with your father. You will remember the deep conversations you had with your best friend. You will remember the sound of real life, not the sound of digital noise. There was a study done on people who were at the very end of their lives. Do you know what they regretted the most? It wasn't about not spending more time online or not getting more followers. No. They regretted the moments they missed with the people they loved. They missed them because they always thought they had more time. But one day, someone you love will disappear. A voice you know will go silent forever. And you will wish with all your heart that you had just paid more attention while they were still here. Follow this rule. Your phone is a tool. It is not your life. Use it to build things. Use it to learn things. But please do not let it steal your real world from you. Because once a moment is gone, it never, ever comes back. Life Rule 11. Always pay the bill when you can. This rule is not really about money. It's not about showing off how much you have. This is about generosity. It's about gratitude. It is about silently saying to someone, I value you. I appreciate this time with you. And we live in a world where everyone is always calculating. Who owes what? Who paid the last time? Who spent more money? You must try to rise above that kind of thinking. If you can afford to pay, just pay the bill. Even if it's just for a cup of tea. Even if it's just for a small snack. That one small gesture says more about your character than 1,000 words ever could. There is a story about a successful businessman. He always paid the bill whenever he met someone for coffee or a meal. He didn't do it because he was rich. He did it because he believed in making people feel seen and respected. One day, a young man he had helped years ago became the CEO of a huge company. That man remembered the simple coffee he was once offered. He remembered how it made him feel. And because of that feeling of respect, he gave the businessman a $1 million contract. Paying the bill is not losing money. It is building respect. It is practicing humility. It is telling the world, I live in a state of abundance, not a state of lack. Follow this rule. Don't argue over a few coins. Don't calculate every single cent. If you have the ability to pay, then pay. Do it not for attention, but for your own integrity. Because generosity always returns to you, and it often returns in ways you can never imagine. Life Rule 12. Say no if you are not ready. Most people suffer in life not because they say yes to the wrong things, but because they are too afraid to say no. You say yes to plans you don't really want to go to. You say yes to people who don't respect your time or energy. You say yes to work that you are not ready for. You say yes to expectations that don't match your own values. And every single time you say yes, when your heart is screaming no, you betray a small part of yourself. But here is the truth. You're allowed to say no. You are allowed to protect your energy. You are allowed to choose your own peace over the pressure from others. Saying no is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. It is a sign of wisdom. It is the first step to building a life that truly respects your own pace and your own needs. A young designer once got an amazing offer to lead a very big campaign. It was a huge opportunity, but she knew deep inside that she wasn't ready yet. The deadline was too short. The vision for the project wasn't clear. Her instinct, her gut feeling was telling her, not now. But she said yes anyway. She was afraid of disappointing the people who offered her the job. And what happened? She burned out completely. The quality of the work suffered. Her mental health broke down. She realized that saying yes out of fear is far more dangerous than saying no with clarity and confidence. Follow this rule. If you are not ready, say no. If you don't feel aligned with something, say no. If it doesn't help you build the life you want, say no. Because every no that you say to the wrong thing is a powerful yes to the right one. It's so hard to say no. Sometimes, isn't it? It takes real courage. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt pressured to say yes, but your heart really wanted to say no? What did you do? I would be so interested to read about your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Your stories can help so many other people who are facing the same challenge. Life Rule 13. Learn from those who disagree with you. In today's world, we are often told, block them, cancel them, unfollow them. If someone disagrees with your opinion, just cut them out of your life. But here is a deeper truth. Growth doesn't come from being around people who agree with everything you say. Real growth comes from those who challenge you, who push you to think deeper. The strongest minds in the world are not the ones that always feel they are right. They are the ones that stay open, stay curious, and stay calm even when they face a different point of view. People who disagree with you are not your enemies. They are like mirrors. They show you what you believe, and more importantly, they help you understand why you believe it. A scientist once presented his new theory at a big conference. Another expert in the field stood up and disagreed with him publicly. The whole room got quiet. Everyone expected a big fight or a loud argument. But instead, the first scientist simply smiled and said, "Thank you. If I am wrong, I want to know about it now, not after spending years of my life being blind to the truth." That is wisdom. That is how you grow into a stronger, smarter person. Follow this rule. Listen to people who think differently from you. You don't have to obey them or accept their ideas, but try to understand them. Because the more you understand other people, the more powerful and clear your own mind becomes. Life Rule 14. Never be late. Being late doesn't just waste someone's time. It shows something much deeper. It shows a lack of respect. When you are late, You are silently telling the other person, "My time matters more than your time. My comfort is more important than your schedule. My sense of urgency does not exist." Punctuality is not really about the clock. It's about discipline. It's about honor. And it's about respect. There's a story of a business leader who was known for being very strict with time. He once scheduled a 10:00 a.m. meeting with a potential new client. The client walked into the room at 10:07 a.m. The leader stood up, smiled politely, and said, "I appreciate you coming. Unfortunately, this meeting is now over." Was that harsh? Maybe. But it taught a powerful lesson. Time is your most valuable currency. You must treat it like gold. Being on time tells the world that you are reliable. It shows that you are focused. It proves that you are disciplined and serious about success. Follow this rule. Whether it's a small phone call or a major job interview, never be late. Try to be the first one in the room. Be the person who values every single second. Because how you treat time is exactly how time will treat you in return. Life Rule 15. Be motivated by something greater than money. Money is important. Of course it is. It gives you freedom, power, safety, and many opportunities. But if money is the only reason you are working, you will never feel truly fulfilled. Because no matter how much money you make, your soul will still feel empty if you don't know why you are doing what you are doing. People who only chase money usually burn out. They lose their passion. They start to compromise their values. They forget their purpose. But people who chase something bigger, like impact, meaning purpose, love, contribution, or legacy, they become unstoppable. A surgeon once said, "Yes, I earn a good salary, but I don't wake up every morning for the money. I wake up because I know that someone out there is waiting for me to save their life." Now that is power. That is an unshakable motivation. That is something that money can never, ever replace. Follow this rule. Let money be a wonderful reward for your hard work, but do not let it be your master. Work for something deeper. Build something that makes you feel proud even when no one is watching. Because when the motivation from money disappears, your purpose is what will keep you going. Life Rule 16. Stand up to bullies even if they're stronger. There will always be people in life who use their power to hurt others. They use fear, manipulation, silence, or shame to control people. They try to control others because they are too weak inside. To lead with kindness and respect. But here is the truth: if you don't stand up to a bully, the bully grows stronger and you grow smaller. It doesn't matter how big or powerful they seem. What matters is how much you are willing to protect your own truth and your own dignity. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's taking action in the face of fear. For example, there was a workplace where one manager always shouted at his team. Most of the employees stayed silent. They were afraid of losing their jobs. But one day, a young worker calmly spoke up. He didn't scream. He didn't fight back with anger. He simply looked the manager in the eye and said, "This is not how professionals should treat each other. If this behavior continues, I will have to report it." The energy in the room completely changed. Hearing his voice, other people found their own courage. The manager was shocked, and he backed off. All because one person had the courage to speak the truth. Follow this rule. You don't need to be loud. You need to be clear. You don't need to be aggressive. You need to be firm. And never ever stay silent when you see someone being hurt. Bullies grow in silence, but they disappear in the light of truth. This rule is so important. If this message reminds you of someone who needs to hear it, perhaps you could share this story with them. Sometimes a simple story can give a person the courage they need. Life Rule 17. Prioritize your reputation. Your reputation is not your face. It's not your social media profile. It's not the clothes you wear. Your reputation is what people say about you when you are not in the room. And in life, your reputation will open more doors for you than your talent, your luck, or even your money. You can lose money, and you can earn it back again. You can fail an exam and still bounce back. But if you destroy your good name, it follows you for years and years. A good reputation is built slowly, piece by piece. It's built by how you treat people when you don't need anything from them. It's built by how you speak when you think no one is watching. It's built by how you behave when you think no one will ever find out. Imagine a man once applied for a leadership position at a big company. On paper, he looked perfect. He was smart, experienced, and very skilled. But when the board of directors asked other people in the industry about his name, the feedback was simple and consistent. They said, "He's very smart, but you can't trust him." He did not get the role. Not because of a lack of ability, but because no one wanted to take the risk of being betrayed. Follow this rule. Guard your name like it is a precious treasure. Do what is right even when it is hard, because when your name is clean, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. Your reputation will walk into the room before you do. Life Rule 18. Don't compare yourself to your friends. Comparison is a silent killer. It quietly steals your peace, your joy, and your confidence every single day. And in today's world with social media, it is easier than ever to fall into this trap. Your friend gets a new car, a new job, a new relationship, or a success story. And suddenly you feel like you are behind in life. But here is the truth. You are not behind. You are on a different path. Your friend may have something wonderful today, but you might have something even better waiting for you tomorrow. Your journey is unique to you. Your timing is not meant to match anyone else's. Think about trees in a forest. There are some trees that bloom with beautiful flowers in the spring, and there are other trees that show their beauty in the winter. But both are beautiful when their season is right. If you compare a winter tree to a spring flower, you will always think that something is wrong with the tree. But the problem isn't the tree. The problem is your understanding of timing. Follow this rule. When a friend succeeds, celebrate with them. Be genuinely happy for them, but do not let their success shake your own path. Your life is not a race against anyone else. It is a personal journey, and no one else in the world can walk it but you. Life Rule 19. Never invest without research. In life, everyone wants to grow. We want to grow financially, emotionally, and professionally. But growth without proper preparation often leads to pain. We live in a world that is full of get-rich-quick schemes, shortcut-to-success videos, and easy-win tricks. People invest their time, their money, and their trust into things they do not fully understand. And then they feel broken and lost when it all fails. But here is the truth. Taking a blind risk is not bravery. It's carelessness. If you truly want to win in any area of your life, you must understand what you are walking into. Whether it's a business opportunity, a partnership, a new cryptocurrency, a real estate deal, or even a deep friendship research is your best protection. An investor once put all his money into a new startup company just because his friend told him, "It's going to be the next big thing." He didn't ask any difficult questions. He didn't check the business plan. He didn't even meet the team that was running the company. 6 months later, the company failed, and he lost every single dollar. It wasn't because the idea was poet. It was because he gave his trust before he did his homework. Follow this rule. Before you give your precious time, energy, or money to anything, study it. Ask the hard questions. Understand the risks involved. And never ever be afraid to walk away if something doesn't feel right in your gut. Because losing a potential opportunity is much better than losing everything you have worked so hard to build. Life Rule 20. Don't live your life for others. This may be one of the most painful truths to learn too late in life. So many people spend their entire lives trying to please other people. They try to please their parents, their teachers, their friends' society, or even strangers on the internet. They choose careers they hate. They stay in relationships they don't enjoy. They live lifestyles that drain their energy. And they do all of this just because they want approval from others. But here is the hard truth. No matter how much you do for other people, someone out there will still judge you. Someone will still criticize you. So you might as well live a life that feels authentic and right to you. When you live your life just for others, you lose your own voice. You lose your own identity. You lose your inner fire. There was a talented artist who stopped painting for 10 years because her family told her, being an artist is not a practical job. So she got a normal office job. She earned good money. She smiled in all the family pictures. But every night when she was alone, she felt dead inside. One day, after a decade, she finally picked up a paintbrush again, and for the first time in years, she felt truly alive. Follow this rule. Live a life that makes sense to you, even if other people don't understand it. Your soul is not here on this earth to be managed by the opinions of others. It is here to create, to grow, and to live fully. You have no time to waste on a life that doesn't even feel like it's yours. We have 10 more powerful rules to go. Each one builds on the last, and they become more and more important as we get closer to the end. If you are feeling a change inside you, and you want to continue on this journey of building a stronger life, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the final part of this story and other stories like it. It would mean so much to have you with us. Life Rule 21. Start investing now. Time is more powerful than money. The earlier in your life you understand this truth, the better your future will be. Most people wait. They say, I'll invest when I have more money, or I'll start investing when I'm older, or I will invest when my life is more stable. But here is the truth. The best time to invest is not when you feel ready. It's when you are early. Because every single day that you wait, you lose the most powerful asset of all compound growth. And this rule is not just about money. It's about investing in your mind by reading books and finding mentors. It's about investing in your health by eating right and exercising. It's about investing in your skills by taking courses and gathering experiences. It's about investing in your future by saving smart and spending wisely. Imagine a young man who started investing just $50 every month starting at age 20. Another person started investing $200 every month, but he waited until he was 30 years old. Who do you think had more money by the time they were 50? It was the first one. Even though he put in less money overall, he had more in the end. Why? Because time beats everything. Follow this rule. Even if you can only start with a small amount, start now. Save a little bit of money. Learn something new every day. Build your life slowly and steadily. Because the earlier you plant the seed, the bigger the tree will grow. Life Rule 22. Nothing is ever truly free. In life, when something looks too easy, too fast, or completely free, you must be careful. Because behind almost every free offer, there is a hidden cost. It might not be money. The cost might be your time, your energy, your attention, your privacy, your reputation, or even your peace of mind. The world will constantly offer you free pleasure, free entertainment, free advice, and free approval. But every single one of them takes something from you quietly. And here is the truth, the things that are truly valuable in life. Things like freedom, peace, success, health and trust. They all require effort. They are never free. Think about all the free content on the internet. It costs you no money to consume it, but hours and hours of your precious time are lost often for nothing in return. Then you look up at the clock, and the whole day is gone, and you feel empty inside. Why? Because you paid for that free content with your time, and you got nothing of real value back. Follow this rule. Always ask yourself, what is this really costing me? Am I spending my time, or am I investing it? Is this helping me grow, or is it just distracting me? Because once you understand that nothing is truly free, you will start to make better decisions. You will protect your future, and you will stop trading your gold for dust. Life Rule 23. Work hard now for an easier life later. There are two types of pain in this life, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. You get to choose. You can choose to suffer now through effort, through waking up early, through hard work, and through sacrifice. Or you can choose to suffer later, with stress, with broken dreams, and with the heavy weight of what-if questions. Most people want comfort today, which leads to chaos tomorrow. They sleep in late. They avoid hard work. They delay their most important goals. And then, years later, they look in the mirror and they say to themselves, I should have worked harder when I had the chance. But the people who understand time, they reverse this equation. They choose to sacrifice their comfort now so that they can live with freedom later. Imagine a woman who worked 2 jobs for 5 years straight. While other people were partying and having fun, she was saving every dollar she could. She was learning new skills at night. Yes, she missed out on some fun. But by the time she was 35, she owned her own successful business. Now she travels the world, while many of the others are still working a 9-to-5 job they don't enjoy. Follow this rule. Suffer now or suffer forever. Wake up early while others are sleeping. Learn while others are scrolling. Build while others are complaining. The hard work you do in your 20s and 30s will directly determine how peaceful your 40s and 50s will be. Don't wait for a better time to start. Now is the better time. Life Rule 24. Choose your partner wisely. This single decision will shape your life more than your job, your car, or your house. Why? Because a good partner will double your strength, but the wrong partner will destroy your peace, your confidence, your focus, and sometimes even your dreams. Love is not just about feelings and emotions. It's about shared values, about character, and about mutual growth. When you are thinking about a life partner, ask yourself, can I build a life with this person? Do they respect my vision for the future? Do they help me become more of myself, or do I feel like I have to become smaller for them? A successful athlete once said, my greatest win was not a trophy. It was marrying someone who believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. That kind of support is priceless. And on the opposite side, so many people lose everything because of toxic relationships. They lose their focus. They lose their money. They lose their precious time, all because they chose a partner based on feelings alone without thinking deeply. Follow this rule. Don't rush into a serious relationship just because you feel lonely. Choose someone who sees your future, not just your face. Choose someone who helps you grow, not someone you have to shrink for. You have no time to spend with the wrong person. Your peace of mind is not for sale. Life Rule 25. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Every single time you feel uncomfortable, you are standing on the edge of transformation. Growth never feels safe. It feels like fear. It feels like your hands are shaking, your heart is racing, and your mind is full of self-doubt. But that feeling is how winners are built. Comfort is not safety. Comfort is a trap. It whispers to you, stay here, don't move, don't try anything new. And we listen because it feels easy. But here is the truth, if your life is always comfortable, it is probably not growing. Think about a butterfly. Before it can fly, it must first struggle with all its might inside the cocoon. If someone feels sorry for it and tries to help by cutting the cocoon open, the butterfly's wings will not develop properly. It is the pain of the struggle that gives the wings the power they need to fly. Follow this rule. Do the thing that scares you. Apply for that job you think you can't get. Speak on that stage. Make that difficult phone call. Start that project you've been dreaming about. Don't run away from the feeling of discomfort. Run into it, because that is where the strongest, bravest version of you is waiting to be born. Life Rule 26. Think long-term, not short-term. Why do people only think about today? What feels good right now? What is easy right now? What gives me a fast result right now? But this kind of short-term thinking almost always leads to long-term pain. True success, health, love, and wealth. They all come from making choices that might hurt a little bit today, but will pay you back forever. Eating fast food feels good now, but it can lead to disease later. Skipping a workout feels easy now, but it leads to weakness later. Quitting on your goal today feels safe, but the regret will come next year. Think about a farmer. A farmer doesn't plant seeds and then expect to see crops the next morning. He works the land. He waters the seeds. He waits patiently sometimes for months. But when the harvest finally comes, it feeds his entire family for the whole year. That is how life works. Follow this rule. Don't chase what is fast. Chase what will last forever. Ask yourself every day, will this decision help my future self? Because a powerful and meaningful life isn't built in one day. It is built by one good decision repeated for years and years. Life Rule 27. Don't chase. Attract. Most people spend their entire lives chasing things. They are chasing money, chasing love, chasing approval, chasing attention, chasing success. They run towards everything, and in the process they forget who they really are. They become desperate. They lose their peace. They lower their standards. They accept less than they deserve just to feel seen for a moment. But here is the truth. When you chase something, you give your power away. But when you attract something, you stand in your power. Attraction doesn't come from begging or pleading. It comes from building. It comes from becoming. You don't need to chase friends if you become a person that people can trust. You don't need to chase success if you become a person who delivers real value. You don't need to chase love if you become a person who loves themselves first. Think about a magnet. A magnet doesn't run after pieces of metal. It just exists quietly in its own power. And the right things are naturally pulled toward it. Now imagine if you became that powerful in your energy, in your discipline, and in your mindset. The things you are chasing today would start coming to look for you tomorrow. Follow this rule. Stop running after people, after validation, after things that are not meant for you. Start building your own value. Work in silence. Grow your confidence. Protect your energy. Because when you raise your own frequency, the world around you will respond. Life Rule 28. Master silence. Not everything in life needs a reaction from you. We live in a very loud world. Everyone is trying to prove a point. Everyone wants to have the last word. Everyone wants to argue, attack, react, defend, or explain themselves. But here is the truth: silence is not weakness. Silence is strength. Silence is power. It takes no real strength to scream back at someone. It takes real power to stay calm and centered. You do not need to attend every argument you are invited to. You do not need to prove anything to people who will never understand you anyway. Most people lose their energy not from their work, but from reacting to things that do not truly matter. There was a wise old leader who was insulted by a man in front of a large crowd. Everyone waited to see his angry response, but the leader just smiled and said nothing at all. Later, one of his followers asked him, "Why didn't you defend yourself?" The leader replied with a question. He said, "If someone tries to give you a gift and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" That is the power of silence. That is wisdom. That is emotional power. Follow this rule. Speak less and watch more. Try to understand things more deeply. Control your emotions like a true master. Because when you stay silent, your energy stays with you, and your presence becomes much louder than your words. Life Rule 29. Be disciplined, not just motivated. Motivation feels good. It's that fire you feel inside after watching a powerful video or reading a great quote. But here is the problem with motivation. Motivation is a mood. Discipline is a decision. Motivation might wake you up once, but discipline is what wakes you up every single day. Motivation disappears when it's cold and rainy outside. Discipline shows up anyway. Most people only live their best lives when they feel inspired. But the real winners, they live by rules, by structure, by a deep sense of mission. They do it even on the days they don't feel like it. A marathon runner doesn't feel excited every single time they have to train. Sometimes it's raining. Sometimes they are tired. Sometimes their legs hurt. But they run anyway. Not because they want to in that moment, but because they made a promise to themselves that they would. That is discipline. It is when you do what needs to be done, no matter how you feel inside. Follow this rule. Don't just wait for motivation to arrive. Create systems for yourself. Make promises to yourself, and then never break them. Wake up early. Eat right. Study hard. Practice your skill daily. Do it even when no one is clapping for you, especially when no one is clapping. Because motivation might be what starts your journey, but it is discipline that will finish it. Life Rule 30. Be someone your future self will thank. This is the most important rule of all. This is the rule that combines every other rule we have talked about today. You don't just live for the person you are today. You live for the person you are becoming. And right now, in this very moment, every single decision you make is shaping someone you haven't even met yet, your future self. That version of you 10 years from now will either thank you for your effort or hate you for your laziness. That person will either celebrate your discipline or cry because of your delays. That person will either stand proud because of the choices you made or suffer in silence because you gave up too easily. Imagine two versions of you. One who shows up every day, studies, works hard, grows and respects their time. and another version who delays everything, avoids discomfort, and lives only for short-term pleasure. Now fast forward 10 years into the future. Which one of those two people has peace, who has confidence, who has freedom? You already know the answer. Follow this rule. Don't live just for today's pleasure. Live for tomorrow's pride. Before you go to sleep each night, ask yourself this simple question. Did I do something today that my future self will be proud of? That is how you build a legacy. That is how you use your time wisely. That is how you live a life without regret. So now you know. You don't have time, not to waste, not to wait, not to live someone else's life. These 30 rules are not just advice, they are a mirror. A reminder that every second you live is shaping your future. And the time to change, the time to begin is now. And that's where our story for today concludes. This one was a real journey, wasn't it? I am so curious to hear your take on it all. What were your final thoughts as we finished? Do you have any lingering questions about why a certain rule is so important? Please leave all your opinions, your theories, and your questions below in the comments. I truly love reading every single one of them and building this wonderful conversation with all of you. If this video woke something up inside you, if you felt even one rule that hit your heart, then don't let this moment pass. Thank you so much for listening. I will be here again next week with another story to help you learn. Until then, take great care of yourself. Goodbye for now.